And there it started. It's going down. I'm going to start this.
It's going down for real.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. You ready to get this going?
Let's do it.
What's the best thing to say? Hello, welcome world, or what?
What's up, Texas?
Okay, that's actually a great way to start. We're gonna work it out like that. There's a lot of things going on in Texas hemp right now. There's so much information. Everybody's trying to figure it out, and we're just trying to get the information out there. Clearly, you guys know my man Austin Z. My name's Dalton O'Neill. He runs the Texas Cannabis Collective.
That's me.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I run one of the largest Texas cannabis-based social media platforms in the state, as well as leading in journalism and advocacy from a community organizational standpoint. And our focus is to get out in the community and tell the story of what is happening in Texas and cannabis.
I mean, that's a pretty good way to put it. I met Austin at an event. I forgot exactly which.
We were at a town hall for Micah J. Ringo, who was running for District 93, Texas rep.
It's crazy because I remember meeting. I'd already followed the collective, then I met him there. I was like, oh dang, like that's you. But there's a lot. The main purpose why we're making this video right now, and we're going to get it edited out there, is to promote an event. We're talking a little bit about later in February. Greenlight's putting on. That's what we're doing is the Greenlight events. Oh. Right in there, getting the microphone going down. And, there's a lot of different pieces with different events. There's a lot of people that cover different types of events. We're trying to specialize in focusing on certain things. There's fiber, there's CBD. We're just trying to bring the education all together and working to do that. We've got a lot of events scheduled to come up here. And partnering with Austin to be a media partner for our future events, and this event just makes a lot of sense. This guy gets the word out. So in case, nobody knew who's getting the word out, you're doing a great job getting the word out.
We're trying to do everything we can to touch every single part of Texas. And for those of y'all who are local, you know that it's a big state. I
mean, there's a lot of room. There's places in Texas you can drive to that
are closer to California.
That's true. So it's really, I guess, necessary to get the word out. I also think there's more room in Texas cannabis media to grow. It's so different.
Absolutely.
Hemp coverage has to be different than cannabis coverage. And I mean, it's crazy because people, especially entrepreneurs, come up looking at what are they looking at and where can they find the resource. Then they realize these businesses they're trying to find just don't exist.
Right.
Like marketing,
right.
like these things, people, you create an event. I mean, you create a company and it's you got to join the industry. Like
the days of just growing cannabis, marijuana, hemp, whatever, and that just being it are over. That now that there's an industry,
it's an industry. There's a lot of stuff.
It touches things, at an exponential level. So.
I haven't read the book, and I'm not even trying to throw a plug, but Ross, the guy from Cannabis Capital from BVE, wrote a book about that. Cannabis Capital, how it affects the entertainment, how it affects everything you see.
Right.
Artists venturing in, just trying to figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure out labs, testing, and then people think, the funniest thing I think before we go into this event schedule is you think grown-ups have it in charge. You think, oh, all these things are working. Oh, it's tested, it's this. And then you find out it's unregulated for the most part, and you're just trying to find exactly what's happening. And then the fiber and stuff, that's really what's interesting to me.
Well, and I think the perfect example is here is neither you nor I are actually growing cannabis.
That's true.
And that's not true. Exactly what we're trying to do.
Right.
We are very ancillary. You're talking about events.
Yeah.
I'm talking about journalism.
Funny, right.
And so, but here we are, all being tied together because of cannabis.
And being, I did for a minute. It's funny. I talk about people and what kind of is going down. We played farmer. I'm still playing farmer. I will farm. I thought it was going to be easier to go farm. Then I started learning that's not going to work. You can't. This is a skill. You got to trust farmers to farm. And Texas hemp farmers unite. But I'm. It's just funny because you make a good point. You make a good point about that. So, we got some things to cover, a couple different things. You wanted to talk about the advocacy stuff going down.
Right. So, for the next week or two, I believe it's already been going on for the last week, a coalition between Texans for Responsible Marijuana Policy and Foundation for an Informed Texas are traveling the state and holding these local workshops. I think there are now...
So many.
There's 10 different cities: Dallas, Houston, or Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. They've already done.
The one in Fort Worth coming up.
Yeah, the one in Fort Worth is this Saturday, which is January 18th, I believe.
Check the Facebook page. That's a good spot to check. Find out where you live. Check the Facebook page.
Or go to their websites. Foundation for an Informed
Right.
Texas.org.
It's on there. There's a lot of
You can go to their social media sites. You can go to their websites and definitely find the information.
Newsletters too. Newsletters. Hop
You
on
can always
newsletters.
come to the collective, the Texas Cannabis Collective.
Yeah.
We've got those things posted there too. So
It's a good deal. There's a couple other things. There's a medical event with ASA Texans for Safe Access coming up. That's on January 27th in Plano, and a lot of other stuff. Check that Facebook page just for medical events, because it's hard. You want to separate what we're talking about. Oh, is this a hemp update? Is this just Texas cannabis update? But it's the same thing. Hemp is cannabis. It's low THC cannabis, so it's hard.
Right.
I try to wear these different hats, and it's hard. And I try to talk to people about this, but it just, we got to share it while we're going to the extent to put a video out and explain to people. You got to try to do both. But we got a chain of events. Anything else you want to talk about before we roll out? Some of these events we're talking about.
no, I think we should just roll right into it.
Okay, so rapid fire. Greenlight is producing events. Kind of what Greenlight is a different. We produce events. We also service provide audio-visual equipment, but we're producing an event with some friends of ours from West. Mainly the guy's name is Taco, and Taco is a wonderful character. I recommend everybody coming to West. That's January 25th. It's a farmers meetup.
For those of you who don't know West, it's the Kalachi stop.
Absolutely.
On
Yeah.
35. That's
Yeah.
West Texas.
Yeah, shout out to all the Czechoslovakians out there. Like
Right.
big time. There was
Right.
a big fire. That's probably what a lot of people know West about. Taco, quick plug, is actually the one that made a documentary on that, and he's also helping bring together some of the West community to talk hemp. January 25th. We're happy to produce that in conjunction with Taco, and all the other sponsors got that going on. The next one, Texas Hemp Convention.
Texas THC, conveniently. Which,
That was like the second THC.
I mean, it's run by Kush.com,
Right.
so did we expect anything less?
No, I mean, Kush, you got a THC. It is what it is. That's going to be real interesting. I've never seen a hemp convention this large in Texas before, so I'm interested to go and scope it out.
Yeah, we're expecting a lot of crowds. In fact, those of us who have been digging around in industry, there are a lot of people from Texas that are going to converge on this place. So it's going to be real.
It is.
It's going to be really
It is.
interesting.
And not just hemp people either. It's there's a lot of kind of stuff going on.
Right. Yeah. Again, more ancillary businesses.
Yeah, we're Greenlight. We're sponsoring one of the after parties. It's on January 28th. That's on the Facebook page. Again, honestly, it's crazy that we're plugging Facebook events and Facebook pages so hard, but that's where the information is.
There's where a lot of information
that's where a lot of
is.
information
Yes.
is. LinkedIn doesn't have events yet. Conversations better on LinkedIn. That's something I wanted to promote on the side.
Right.
Is that when it gets all muddy in the Facebook style, just go to LinkedIn and have the exact same conversation with people.
Right. And I think you can go to Kush.com or the Texas Hemp Convention website and purchase tickets. And there are all sorts of different activities. There's speakers.
Right.
There's how many vendors? Like
There's
five.
I think I saw 300.
Yeah,
But
300
I don't know. That's why you got
vendors.
to go. That's why you got to go check it out. I'm excited that they're coming. I'm excited it's in Dallas. I'm happy we don't have to go drive anywhere, because driving around Texas is exhausting.
Driving around DFW alone
It
is exhausting.
It is. It's pretty wild. The next event coming up, I know I'm probably missing a few things here. We're doing the Hemp Business Exchange. And the Hemp Business Exchange is a new concept Greenlight's rolling out to differentiate our meetup group from what we'd been doing in the past. So we throw meetups, and it's fun, but there's never a theme to it. So we hunkered down, the Greenlight team, and we decided we should start branding our meetups to see which ones we want to do annually, yada, yada, yada.
Where's it at, Dalton?
Oh, it's at the Capital Factory. Big shout out to the Capital Factory, big time sponsors. They're the ones providing the facility for the event, and as event planners or as an events company in the cannabis industry, people that want you there and will work with you on what your style of event is, and just having a safe place to go is the most important thing. So big shout out to those guys. We have more details on the Facebook page.
Who's going to be there? Who's speaking?
Okay, so I'm going to MC it, just for the most part. We have it's just such a big plug to have, because they do a great job. Ritter Spencer, Chelsea Spencer, out of Addison, cannabis attorney, very good firm. I highly recommend.
Well known in the country.
In the country, right.
In the country.
Okay.
I think what Forbes did an article on it, didn't they?
It is. That's what I'm
time.
saying. I like to plug them. I'm not trying to cheese
Salute.
up. Yeah, salute, right. You got to respect that.
Big time.
We talk about with cannabis, you have to work with attorneys, you have to work with doctors. It's just not something to say. It's like that's what you have to do and work with them. That's why I like trying to go on the doctor side, on the medicinal side. It's a lot easier to argue doctors' voices than the other stuff.
So where's this leading to? I see South by Southwest.
We're going down. We do have South by Southwest. Go check out the Hemp Business Exchange. This is a plug for an event we're doing. We are selling tickets to a private networking meetup. So anybody that has questions about the tickets or the value provided, we do our best to contribute the maximum value we can. I'm gonna get serious, because when you ask somebody to spend time, to go fight traffic, to go spend dollars on a networking event where you're not really sure who's going to be there, they have to trust the event organizers and what they're about.
Right.
So
They got to have cred.
They got to have cred. And we wouldn't charge for an event if I didn't think we at least had some cred to deliver good resources.
Is cred still a word? Do people still? Because I'm from the '90s.
Yeah,
so like,
we're
okay.
We're not.
All
We're
right.
nice. We're
Just
good to go.
making sure.
That's true. Okay, cred. Yeah, clout. I don't know. That's
Well,
that's not what we're aiming
right,
for.
back on topic.
Right. It is what it is. Gary Vee said flossing. I said I don't know what that is. Come to the Hemp Business Exchange. Please check it out. We have a website. Shout out to our sponsors and partners and website builders that we got going on. That's all helping that make possible because, me personally, I'm not the most skilled guy on a website, but it is what it is. South by. You want to touch on that?
Well, we're gonna do our best to try to cover whatever we can. There's a huge cannabis panel that's going on, and their track there is massive, and so
There is.
and there's going to be things that are happening. Anybody who's ever been to Austin or South by Southwest, Austin City Limits, those big festivals,
It's the real deal.
There's things happening miles away from where the actual event is happening too. So there's going to be a ton there on the actual track itself, plus things that are tangent to it as
You
well.
got to get there early too to figure it out. Where's
Right.
the after party? You can't show up to the party late and say, "Where's the after party?"
Right,
That's
you
a
got to
bad
start making
plan.
your plans
That's a
now.
bad plan,
I mean,
right.
just to even figure out how to drive to Austin during South by.
Hemp Stock, I do want to plug that. The first Saturday, the second annual Hemp Stock is going down. So check out, it's on the Phoenix Facebook page. Check out the website for Hemp Stock at Jester King Brewery. That's going to be a good time. You love to see annual events come around. And that's something we want to work with people on too, is trying to work on these different events and help produce them annually.
Right. So I think that what our common goal here
absolutely.
and where we find a need in the market is that there's not somebody out there who is looking for, at the collective, I get hit up all the time, messages all the time about, hey, let us know what's happening. Let us know when it's happening.
Right.
Tell us. And so I think one of the things that we've found is that we can come to the community and we can say, hey, check this out.
Right.
This is what's happening. These are the items that are happening as far as policy, industry, culture, whatever you have it, and
Curating. You're curating a good
exactly.
dialogue. Yeah, you're curating the dialogue.
This isn't just things that are going to be local to DFW as we continue forward.
national.
We're going to start seeing
Global.
things in Houston, Austin, Corpus. In fact, we're going to be doing a tour of Texas. All right, we're going to be going and checking out every major city and other smaller towns, and it's going to be something that carries on even into the 2021 legislative session. I'm looking to find stories.
movement. Yeah.
I'm looking to find testimonials.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
It's a good call to action. If
I'm
you got
looking
a
to
good
find-
cannabis
right.
story, he's easy to
Yeah,
find.
easy.
dude.
I'm real easy
That's
to
fun.
find.
What's the best way
Right.
to contact you?
You can contact me at greenchangellc@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Or you can message the page,
Yeah, I was
or
gonna say shoot messenger.
you can find us on Instagram. We're
Yeah,
on Twitter.
people are
We're
really
on
accessible,
We
and
have
that's
our
what's
own
fun.
Facebook
Yeah.
group that's got thousands of
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah.
you can find me
Yeah,
on
check it out.
in just
join-
about
join
anywhere.
it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot too. Circling back, at the very end through South by, there's a lot more events and stuff coming up.
Right.
But we appreciate,
Oh, one quick thing. And it's kind of new because this is how things work in the legislative sphere. We've got a hearing on hemp next Wednesday, January 22nd,
true.
in Waco.
That's true.
Sid Miller and
that
Texas
already, yeah.
Texas Ag are going to be holding a public hearing. So if you are in the CBD industry or if you are in the legal cannabis industry in Texas, you need to be in Waco and you need to be
Have somebody
there
in
at that
Waco.
public opinion, that
Yeah.
public forum,
Somebody there
so
to
that
report,
way
yeah.
we can get a lot of pushback because they're going to try to ban smokable hemp in Texas, and this is our first chance.
People are going to try. There's a lot of things. On the politics, I'd say that's kind of how we got in the loop, is keeping up with the political action.
Right.
And that's the first step. You got to keep up with what's actually happening.
Absolutely. Awesome.
All right.
So we're going to try to do this again next week.
You got it.
And, reach out to us, reach out to Greenlight Events, reach out to Dalton, reach out to me, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
There's a lot.